Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back down here at the Pathfinder Outdoor Classroom. What I thought we'd do today is have a little discussion about several military surplus items you should probably own or you should have within your kit or your toolbox of kit that you switch things in and out of, which is what most of us do. Most of us have lots and lots of kit. That's our favorite items that we have, but we don't use every one of them all the time. We kind of switch them in and out depending on what we're doing, what the situation is and what the seasonality is, or the terrain dictates what we take sometimes depending on where we are regionally. Like if I'm going out west versus in eastern woodlands, things change. However, what's important to understand is that military surplus in an outdoor environment for civilians is nothing new. It's very old, in fact. The first person to actually buy bulk military surplus and sell it into the civilian market for recreational outdoor use was Francis Bannerman back in 1870. You can imagine this is after the Civil War. And he lived until 1918, so he continued to do this through World War I. And after that, again, military surplus was used throughout time up until even the present day in the outdoor environment. And the camouflages that were developed down the line, after the Korean War, during Vietnam and things like that, the M81 woodland camouflage, which is absolutely my favorite camouflage. It's the best match, I think, to the eastern woodlands that there is, which is where I am most of the time. It's where I hunt, it's where I fish, it's where I recreate. So I love the M81 woodland camouflage, and that's the reason we made the new version of the Pathfinder Scout Pack behind me in M81 woodland camouflage, because I just love that pattern. And lots of the surplus that I use is in that pattern as well. Now, all of the authors from the early days that we read, from Horace Kephart to Hyatt Verrill, Hamilton Gibson, all of those guys wrote in their books about how useful military surplus was. It's available to the civilian market. It's fairly inexpensive compared to something that was manufactured new or a brand name item. It was very durable because it was made for soldiers the majority of the time. And so it was very conducive to our type of recreation, whether you're hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, a combination of those, doesn't matter. That type material is very conducive to those environments. So it's very useful for us. And there are lots and lots of items that I use quite frequently, and some that I don't use as frequently, but I have in my repertoire of tools that are military surplus. And I planned on making this a one-part video, and I was gonna show you like 10 great surplus items you should own. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, well, I got these 15. Well, I got these 20. Well, I got these 25. And so it's gonna have to be a multiple part video. So what I'm gonna do first is, I'm gonna show you the items that I use the most often. The ones that are right down here in the classroom that I reach for all the time. Those are the ones I'm gonna show you first. We're gonna talk about the top 5, and then we're gonna go from there. So for me, number 1 is the Molly Military Woodland Camo Canteen pouch. And the reason for that is, obviously it fits the Pathfinder Canteen set like a glove. You can see that it fits perfect because it is Molly compatible. We can also, I've got a spoon in there, I've got the cup in there, I've got the lid down the very bottom of this thing, I've got it cinched up around everything now, and I've got a pocket stuffed full of things like that, but it fits in here very well. It's a little bit of a tight fit getting out, but it comes out. And a lid. So I've got the canteen, the cup, the lid, and a spoon. I've got some water purification tabs. I've got a couple coffees in here. I've got a cigarette lighter for starting fire, things like that. But this woodland pouch, and I've modified it a little bit by putting a sling on it. I talked about that in a video, so I can use it for shoulder carry, because I also have one of these attached to my pack, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I carry one as a sling. I just put 2 D-rings on here underneath the Molly, and I'm using like an NBC mask surplus strap, again it's surplus, to carry it as a sling. And then I can carry this thing over the shoulder in the woods anytime I want to, away from camp or whatever, on a short scout, on a hunt. And I've always got hydration with me. Spoon fits right there in the back very, very easily. The bikini top comes over the top, and that canteen set fits perfect in that option. So this is probably my most used piece of military surplus, okay? My second most used piece, most likely, is the 2-quart military canteen, and that's because this is on my 4-wheeler all the time. This one has been on my 4-wheeler probably for the last 3 years, and it only leaves when I'm in camp. So this is my bulk of water that I store in this 2 quart. And then this is the water that I'm drinking. So 90% of the time, this has got clean, fresh, potable water in it. I'll just collect in this, boil in this, and refill this on the 4-wheeler so I have bulk water with me all the time. So those 2 items are probably the ones I use the very most. Now, on top of that, just reaching behind me here, one of the other items that I'm really, really fond of is this bag here. And a lot of people may not be familiar with this bag, but this is the bag for an NBC suit, or a nuclear, biological, chemical warfare suit. And what I like about this bag is, number one, it's got the Alice clip, so it fits on anything you've got. It's either Molly or Alice compatible, including the Pathfinder pack. And it's basically just a compression bag. So it has Velcro on the front, 2 straps on the bottom. And what I've got inside here is the black bag from an MMS sleep system. So this thing is large enough to hold the black bag from an MMS sleep system. I have one of these that has my over and under quilt in it. I have one of these that just has an over quilt in it. And I have another one that has a summer weight sleeping bag in it. These are fairly inexpensive to buy. Again, I don't think there's been a whole lot of use of these in the civilian market, so people don't realize how useful they are. But they're basically a roll down compression stuff sack that works perfect for things like sleeping bags, underquilt, overquilts, things like that, and it will attach directly to your pack if needs be. So that's one that I use quite often. I've got 2 of them right here that I grab from when I'm camping. The next thing I've got sitting right here is a day pack. So the next thing sitting here is a day pack, and this has got an old, very old Pathfinder School patch on the front of it. I've had this one probably for, I don't know, 15 years or more. I've had this one. You can see it's kind of washed nest built into it right there, where the mud daubers are building a nest in it. All right, we'll get rid of the mud daubers. Now we're good. So you've got a large front pouch on this thing that cinches down, which I like really well. And then you've got a flap that comes over top of that. So you've got one external pouch on that thing, and then you've got a large internal bucket pack, basically, with heavy duty straps on it that are very comfortable. So for a day pack, for hunting and things like that, this is the assault pack, if I remember the name of it correctly. Again, I'm not that worried about it. It's military surplus gear, and if I can find it, I'm gonna buy it. This one's getting more rare to find in woodland camouflage. You can find it in ACU, and you can also find this in multicam probably, but the woodland camo getting a little harder to find. But this again is one of my favorite items. I've got a saw and a knife and a fire starter here. On the inside of this pack right now, just for storage, for a quick day hike or something like that, there is the next item, which is a military poncho. This is a US military poncho and a swagman roll, but this could be a whoopee, okay? A poncho liner, a military poncho liner. Would be just as good stuffed in here. So I've got a shelter system stuffed in here for an emergency if I need it, outerwear stuffed in here for emergency if I need it, and then I've got fire starting and tools in the front pouch. So for a quick grab and go situation for a scout or something like that, this with the Canteen set is pretty much all I need for that quick scout. So this again is one of the most used items I've got. So we're talking about 2 different Canteens, a pack, a poncho, and a poncho liner. 5 items right there, plus a 6th item, free chicken if you want to call it that, of the NBC bag, the NBC suit bag right here, which I can use for sleeping bags, underquilts, things like that. All of that stuff works really, really well. All of this stuff is very conducive with the new Pathfinder M81 Woodland Scout Pack. You can see I've got a Canteen cover right here on it, attached to it. You could put sustainment pouches here, which is another bag we'll talk about in the next video. You could put sustainment pouches on both sides of that thing. You've got bottom Molly here that you could attach this directly to if you wanted to. All right, so that you can have your underquilt and overquilt on the outside. You could also attach that back here where my Canteen carrier is and have it here if you wanted to. So when we designed this pack, there were lots and lots of packs that we took pieces and parts from to design this pack. And that's kind of the way things work throughout history. Most people don't invent something unless it's the first time it's ever been done. most people reinvent, improve on design, or develop their own take on something. And that's pretty much what this is. This is my own take on several different packs. It's got several different influences from different pack manufacturers built into it. But this M81 Woodland Camo obviously was something I wanted because it meshed well with a lot of the other equipment that I use. And it's really my favorite camouflage pattern. So, one more real quick piece of free chicken. I was gonna stop at 5, but now I'm at 6, so I might as well go to 7. This is the M81 entrenching tool cover. So I would say an E-tool is probably the next piece of military surplus if you can find one. This dude's they're tight going in, tight coming out of this thing. Especially when they've been used a lot. And this one's been used a lot. This is the one that lives in my four-wheeler, okay? It's there 24/7. You can see it gets used plenty, all right? This is the Fiskars edition. An Ames edition would probably be a better option. I've got one of those as well. But in the Woodland Camo pouch, which we're talking about military surplus today, in the Woodland Camo pouch, I have the Fiskars model of that shovel. And it works just fine. I haven't broken it yet, so I can't complain about it. And I've really chopped some gnarly stuff with it off my four-wheeler. So again, it's tight to get in there. But once you get in there, it fits nice and snug. And again, this woodland pattern of this shovel cover is a little bit difficult to find. You can find multicam, you can find coyote, things like that, but this Woodland Camo M81 is a little more difficult to find, but it doesn't matter what color it is. The fact that it is a surplus shovel and cover is what's really important in this video. I just like to match all my stuff with M81 that I can. So, that gives you 7 pieces of military surplus that are available on the market today. Some of them are readily available and fairly cheap, to be honest with you, that you can purchase and you can have to use for your outdoor equipment that will serve you well. They'll serve you a lifetime and then some. You'll be able to pass them down to your grandchildren if you want to. And it will give you years of solid surface, and they are very usable items. They're things that you're going to use all the time. They're containers, they're carriers for containers, they're tools, they are bags, they are a military poncho, which is outerwear or shelter, things that you're going to use all the time, a whoopee or a poncho liner that you're going to use for a blanket, that you're going to use with the poncho for a shelter. All of those things make them worth having. Even if you just had one tote of this military surplus set aside somewhere for yourself as a prep, if you will, that you could go to, or even have it in the trunk of your car set up with a full canteen set, a full shovel, a poncho liner, a day pack in case you need to grab it really quick, a sleeping bag stuffed into an NBC bag. I look at that almost like a car kit as well that you could very easily carry, and a couple of sustainment pouches that we'll talk about in the next video. You can throw some MREs or some kind of just add water meals in there, and you're ready to rock and roll. Guys, I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video in this series as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.